So I decided this morning in St. Maarten to wake up at 8, have room service at 8:30, and then go into St. Maarten, which we are here. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. And it is just beautiful here. I'm really excited. People are already getting off the ship, but I figured we have a lot of time today. We have till 4:30, so we could take a lazy morning, have room service, and then go into town and check it out. And we don't really have a plan. Our plan is to just walk around and see what we can see. So yeah, I'm excited. As I waited for our breakfast to come, I just sat on the deck and watched the people like slowly streaming off the ship, and just reflected on how gorgeous it was outside. It's so beautiful, and we actually had really incredible weather, which was really nice, and I'm really thankful for it, because I think it would have been harder if the weather wasn't nice to get off the ship and walk around. My mom and I enjoyed our room service breakfast as we stared at the island, and it was so beautiful. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to St. Maarten.
Sounds great.
So we got off the ship to walk around and see what we could see. We didn't end up doing any of the excursions that the ship promotes or anything like that, but I'm actually really glad that we did, because we were able to just explore and see what we could see. And I have some tips for you at the end of this video. If you're going on a cruise to St. Maarten and you want to do a non-excursion day and you kind of want to do your own thing, I have some tips for you, so I'll share those later. But we got off and walked around the port a little bit. There wasn't a ton to see right when you get off the ship. I mean, there's some stores and things like that, but the main part of the island that you want to see is you have to take the water taxi to get there. So the water taxi, I think, is $7. We had a $1 off thing that we got from the cruise. And then we got on to the water taxi to go to the other side of the island. We grabbed some Diet Cokes and walked along the beach area to see some of the stores and things like that. There was a little bit to see, not a ton, so we decided to get a cab to go to the other beach where the planes fly overhead, and I'm so glad we did. I think we paid $10 each both ways, so $20 each, so it was $40. But it was so worth it, because the other side of the island where the planes fly over was really cool, and there was really good food over there too. So I would definitely recommend that. Plus, it was like a nice taxi ride to drive along and to get to see the island. And we talked about some of the hurricane damage, but we saw some really beautiful scenery along the way too. So I wouldn't take an excursion from the ship, because I think they charged a lot more for that. I would just walk around and see if you can find a cab to take you over there. And I think we paid $20 each to go there and come back. So that seemed like a good price. Originally she wanted to charge us more, but it worked out well. And then we got to the other side and there's some shops and a really great restaurant, and you can see the planes fly over. We spent today in St. Maarten, and it is like so beautiful out. It's gorgeous out here, and the mountains are stunning, and we had the most incredible day. I posted some photos. So we just got back on the boat after a wonderful day in St. Maarten. It was so nice outside. My hair is like crazy right now, but it was so nice. It was sunny and warm, not too hot though. And we went for a walk along the beach, and well, we took the water taxi and took a long walk along the beach, and then we decided to get a cab, and we went over to another beach where the airplanes fly over, and it was perfect. It was so nice. We're just really tired now. My feet hurt, and I think I'm like gonna have a nap. It's like 3:30, I think. So it was a good day, and I got a little sun. You might be able to tell, but I did put on lots of sunscreen, so hopefully it's not a burn. And this evening, we're not sure what we're gonna do. I think we have a show to go to, so I guess we'll see what's in store. You did all these? They're amazing. This one is so cool. You're an artist. So I know that some of you might be, ooh, that didn't help. Some of you might be watching this video for tips on St. Maarten, or Philip's St. Maarten, and I thought that I would just like quickly pop into this video and give you a couple of tips. So the first tip I have for you is that you're in St. Maarten pretty much all day. So my suggestion is don't rush off the boat. Get room service. Have it delivered to your room for 8:30. The boat gets into port at 8, and people start getting off and lining up at 8:15, 8:30, and it gets really busy. So get room service, have it delivered to your room at 8, and then eat your room service, and then leave the boat around 9, 9:30. It gives you lots of time, and there's no rush. The other tip that I have for you, or the second tip that I have for you, is that St. Maarten is 1 hour time difference than the boat. But all of the times that they give you for when you have to be back at the boat and everything are ship times, not town times. So, for example, if they tell you that you have to be back at 4:30, that's 4:30 on the ship, not 4:30 in St. Maarten. But I still recommend getting back to the boat early anyway, so you don't feel rushed and you're not like racing down the gangplank or plane? What is it called? Gangplank? Gangplank, maybe, to get back onto the ship. So we shot to be back here an hour and a half before we actually had to be, and that way we weren't in a rush. So when you get to St. Maarten, my third tip is get off the boat and walk, and when you get to the end of the port thing, you're going to turn right, and there's like there's some shops and stuff like that, and you're going to keep on walking until you see the place where you buy tickets for the water taxi. And the tickets are $8 each, but they sometimes hand out coupons so you can get them for $7. And then you go and wait to get on the water taxi. And it's a really quick water taxi. It's only 7 to 8 minutes long. And the water taxi has 2 stops. So stop 1 takes you to the beach, and stop 2 takes you to more of the downtown where all the shops are. So if you're good at walking, or if you feel up to it, my suggestion is get off at stop 1, which is the beaches, and then walk along because it's beautiful. And it only takes you like 15 minutes, maybe if you're a slow walker. It's faster than that, to get to where the second stop is. But if you're older or have somebody who maybe doesn't want to walk, get off at the second stop, which is the downtown. And then you can just walk around and enjoy your day, and it's beautiful. So don't forget, this is tip 4, bring your bathing suit. It's really beautiful. The water in St. Maarten is stunning. Like, it is so beautiful. And you can totally just sit on the beach and go into the water, and it's warm and it's beautiful. And I think for like $25 or something like that, you can have 2 chairs and an umbrella brought to you. I'm not really sure because we didn't do that, but you don't have to do that. You could just sit on the beach and just enjoy the water, and it's so beautiful. And there's lots of like shops and stores and things along there, and restaurants, and lots of alcohol if that's what you're into. But what we ended up doing was walking all the way along and then getting to the end, and we decided to take a cab over to another beach, which is the beach where the planes fly like right over top of you, really close. I can't think of what the name of the beach is right now. I'll insert it here. And just so you know, the cab cost us $10 each to get there, and then $10 each to get back. And when we first asked how much it was going to cost, she told us it was going to be $14 each to get there, and then $14 to get back. And then we were like, oh no, that's too expensive, and we started walking away. And then she was like, oh, I give it to you for 10. So bartering is totally okay. And if you're gonna go, tell her you don't want to spend more than $10 to get to the beach with the airplanes. And if you can't remember what the beach is, just say the beach with the airplanes, and everybody will know what you're talking about. And then it takes you about 25-30 minutes, depending on traffic, to get to the beach with the airplanes. And there's this great restaurant called the Sunset Restaurant or something like that, and you can sit there and watch the planes as they're going over. And they have the best guacamole, so definitely get the chips and guacamole. And if you are feeling up to it, you can go sit on the beach where the planes go right over. If you're not into that, just sit in the restaurant and you'll still be able to see it really well. So definitely bring your bathing suit to St. Maarten. My mom ended up wearing long pants, and I know a couple people did because they didn't realize that there was like free stuff to do and that they'd be able to go right into the water. So you definitely can, and it's so gorgeous. And I would say it's totally worth it to take a cab to the other side, to the beach where the planes go over, because it's so cool, and the guacamole is to die for, so definitely do it. Anyways, those are my quick tips for the port in St. Maarten, and I'll take you back to your regular scheduled programming.
We went to a show that evening where the divers were doing like a dive show. It was kind of interesting and cool to see the divers. The show actually got stopped partway because of the weather, but then it started again like 5-10 minutes later. But it was still really cool, and the divers were pretty amazing at what they do. We had a lovely day at sea and at port, and I didn't get a ton of crafting done today, although I did go and sit in the card room for a little bit to work on my junk journal, but I'll be back tomorrow with more fun things that we did on the cruise, and I can't wait to share with you some more of my journey. So thank you so much for joining me today for this Crafty Cruize vlog, and I hope that you'll check out the next one when I post it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you'll be notified when I post new videos. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. You can leave them down below. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye!